Hey guys, welcome back once again, and now we're going to continue the tour of my Titanic, and now we're going to start on Orlop deck. And what a change! We are actually not starting off in one of the firemen's room. That's because the firemen's cabins stopped on G deck. So right now, this is just an open, empty space, more like a peak tank, except those are more in front there. But this is just an empty space over here. At least that's what the deck plan said. There was nothing supposed to be here. But this is just another bunker hatch cover that's supposed to come through this way. So like pretty much right above us is where the firemen's cabins are. So normally I would cut, but that's why I have this wall blocking here, so I can punch my way through here and just replace it. And these are the spiral staircases that go spiral all the way down, because right up there is G deck. And instead of cutting, we're just gonna punch our way through again, except that there is stuff in the way there. So we're just gonna come through this way. All right, so now we're in more cargo hold. This is just again more cargo hold, just like the previous, just like in G deck. And I don't remember. I'll have to apologize for this. I don't remember which bunker or which cargo hold actually had the car in it, and I can't really do the car in here because like it's hard to do that in Minecraft to make it look decent. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it go and not put it in there. It would look a little better without it, and people can just pretend that there's a car in there. So anyway, this is the cargo hold, one of them, and now we're going to continue on to the next spot over there, except this time I'm not going to punch our way through. I'm going to cut to the next section. I will see you there, guys. Alright guys, we're back, and again, more cargo space. So pretty much the whole front part of Orlop deck is just a lot of cargo space. These are the staircases. If you remember in the last part, this is the staircase that went from we're up there on G deck that came down this way. So again, it's just more cargo space. And right here is actually where one of the bunker hatches kind of almost stop, because we have a room called the Specier room. And it's spelled just like you see it on there on the sign there. It's spelled on the deck plans at least, capital S-P-E-C lowercase I-E. And I'm pretty sure that's French and it's pronounced Specier. And what's in there, I looked it up, and what's supposed to be there is like valuables, so like diamonds, gold, and really valuable jewelry that's being transported. So that's what that is. So people like, so if you come in here and say, oh, what's specie? It's actually pronounced specie, and that lowercase I is actually supposed to be there. So now we're going to come into the mailroom, the lower part of the mailroom right over here, where this is where the mail sorting happened. I couldn't exactly make them look like they did because it's kind of difficult to do that in Minecraft, so I just kind of did like half blocks with what do you call them, signs on the other side to kind of say, alright, well, this way you put one letter, like one kind of letter going to this place and this place. So just kind of use your imagination and pretend that this is what they would do there. Those are the stairs up there because this is where the hoist is, if you remember. Newspaper rack, it's supposed to be a newspaper rack, as you can see that. Parcels room, just exactly that is, like bigger parcels, like I don't know, a bigger package. There's nothing in there, so because I figured the ship hasn't set sail yet, so there's going to be nothing in there just yet. More newspaper racks everywhere, and coming over here is just another way to get around the other side. So with that being said, we're going to cut to the next section, which I'm pretty sure is going to be actually towards the stern, because the next section from this wall on is just spaces where the boiler uptakes would be going. So I will meet you at the next section, guys. Alright, guys, and before we get to the actual stern end of the section, or stern end of the ship, I had forgotten about this tiny little corner room that is right off of the reciprocating engine room. This is just where the CO2 evaporators were. So coming over here in the yeah. Like I couldn't really make machinery to look like it, so I just kind of put pistons and redstone torches to kind of make it look mechanical. And now, oddly enough, on the deck plans on this part, on Orlop deck, it shows there's some kind of really steep stairs or ladder going in, like right here in this part. But on G deck, there is no like hole or nowhere saying that there's supposed to be a ladder coming up, which is really odd. But I assume, seeing as how there's no way into this room there was no door over here, I assume that there was actually supposed to be a ladder here, and that's how you got up and down. So
like this room right here, the brine, I believe this is the brine return tank room. Yes, there's a little hatch that you would come down into here. So that's what this room is. It's just a tiny little area where more machinery for just running the ship was held. Alright guys, so I'm going to meet you on the next portion. Alright guys, so we're back, and now we are on the rest of the refrigerated cargo. This is one deck, one deck down from the G deck refrigerated cargo, obviously. And just like the other up there, it's just refrigerated cargo. So like wines and spirits, I tried making wine racks, potions for wines and such in there. Uh, Tobacco and cigars. I probably showed you this last time, but like there's nothing in there because I mean I couldn't really think of much to put in there. But it's pretty self-explanatory. Dried fruit, mineral water, champagne. I'm not gonna go in there. It's just pretty obvious. And surprisingly enough, there was a steward's working a working space in here, which I I didn't know about. But I guess that kind of makes sense if you want to like inventory, I guess, for like the food or such. I'm not 100% sure why this working space was here, but I assume it was for something, just a working space of some sorts. More tobacco and cigar stuff. And over here, oh, empties. I assumed empties was just kind of like an empty space for something, for just maybe extra stuff. If empties is actually something that I don't know about, I tried looking up, I couldn't find anything, but if it is actually something, please let me know and I will fill it. So, now we're coming over to here, we're actually getting into the, I believe, beef and meats that were actually headed not for the actual passengers, but for actual transportation to well, let's say America or England or wherever the Titanic would have been headed. So like this is westbound beef. Every beef that would have been going towards the west would be stored in here, and then eastbound beef would be stored there. And I know there's a reason why eastbound and westbound beef were separated. I don't exactly know. The reason escapes me at the moment, but there is a reason why east and westbound beef were separated. So these chests just filled with beef, and these are supposed to be like racks. So coming out here, then this actually continues on a little more to refrigerated cargo. So I put like snow and all such because I can't put ice or else because ice is gonna melt. So I figured snow is the next best thing. And there's nothing in these chests. These are just kind of chests to represent refrigerated cargo. The whole thing is just refrigerated cargo. So you can see a lot of snow, pretty much just like regular cargo, except instead of brown wool, you're gonna have snow. So that's the whole idea behind this area back here. This is just the same thing. I'm not gonna bother going in there. And with this being showed and done, we're gonna continue on to the other section of the ship. Alright guys, this is the last portion of Orlop Deck, and just like the first section, it is just a big empty space. This is the wall right here, the refrigerated cargo area, the very bottom of a hatch. Again, just like the first section, the deck plans I used don't show anything supposed to be in here, don't say that anything is supposed to be in this room, so I decided to leave it empty as it showed. But if anything would go in here, I would assume possibly more cargo. That would be the only thing I would assume. But like I said, there was nothing in the deck plan, so I figured let me just leave this as empty. And if I do some extra research and did find something would have been in here, I will be putting it in here. So this is pretty much it for Orlop Deck. It's just going to continue on a little bit beyond this wall as just peak tanks, but I mean it's pretty boring peak tanks. Nothing in there at all except darkness. So that's going to finish it up for Orlop Deck, and I've just got one more deck to go. So I will see you guys on Tank Top Deck. Hey guys, one more thing before I end this video. I forgot to show you this little section down here. This is actually lower Orlop Deck. Because of the ship actually at the bow, it actually kind of angles upwards. It actually angles up so much that it actually creates a whole nother deck in between Tank Top and Orlop Deck, which is what this room is. This is lower Orlop Deck. Now, obviously in Minecraft, I couldn't exactly angle it upwards. So it's kind of hard to explain what I did, but to make a long story short, I pretty much, because Tank Top Deck is actually almost two times the size of a regular deck, I decided to just cut this section, cut the front section of Tank Top Deck, and instead of calling it Tank Top Deck, I'm calling it Lower Orlop Deck.
And that's why this is kind of raised up a little bit, because it's going to give room for a little bit of tank top deck down there. This is just an empty space in between tank top and Orlop deck called lower Orlop deck. And if I come through here, you see this is just stairs going through this extra deck. So I just figured I'd want to show you that, guys. I didn't want to miss anything. Alright, guys, so now I'm going to end this video, and I will see you guys on tank top deck.